What is up? We want to welcome everybody to the long-awaited comeback of Tuss Talk. It's been a good hot minute since we've been on, but it's glad to be back. Glad to see preseason started. So that means hockey is officially back, and the day was Sunday that we can say that hockey is officially back. And we had two games, not just one. We had two. We had a split squad day. So we had half the squad playing at one building and half the squad playing at another building. One got pushed back to like 5 o'clock, and so pushed everything back to 7:30. It is what it is. It was just nice to see that we were finally back skating on the ice.
Yeah, it was fun, but I can't believe that we had that much going on before some teams even played their first preseason game. So, I mean, they're giving it to us. They want us to debut, or not debut, but they want us to showcase.
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of fun this off season, just seeing all the people talking about what Utah is doing, how a lot of analysts believe that Utah this year is going to make that playoff cut. And I mean, I don't blame them for thinking that because we went out and got everything. And now it's cool that the preseason started because now we can see how everybody's looking. And we got to see JJ Peterka skate a little. I mean, you got to take preseason with a grain of salt because likewise, we're 0-3 already in preseason, but it's just nice to see the boys back on the ice, except for in the second game, obviously, because Logan Cooley, he took a hit that you don't want to see anybody take in the preseason.
Yeah, it was scary. I was like, holy smokes, no. That's my boy. That's the one I can't wait to see this year. Sit his A. You know what I'm saying? The rest of after seeing that, I'm like, bench him until the regular season starts because that was scary.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play very much the rest of the preseason. I mean, just because seeing the work that he's put in the offseason, we've seen the videos, everybody thinks he's going to take an extra step from what he did last year. And last year, I still thought he was amazing. I'm ready to see how Cooley does this year compared to last year because of we got JJ Peterka now. So now it feels like you don't have to necessarily be relied on. So it opens up the gates for you to be able to play a lot more relaxed, a lot more comfortable. Mm-hmm. And seeing that and all the work that he put in the offseason, I cannot wait to see how Cooley and the whole team looks coming into this season.
Yeah, I'm piggybacking on what you just said. You're not going to have Cooley and Keller every time they come out, and Gunther, if you will, come out on the ice. Every time it's their turn to come on the ice on their line, it's go, 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 and they get super tired. That's the few games I went to in person. I don't know if you've noticed, but I noticed that it was go, go, go because they're the go-getters. They're the guys that are up front that are trying to go and score. They get tired super quick, and they're not on the ice very long, sometimes on their lines. And it's kind of nice to have these additions to where maybe it'll, like you said, slow it down a little bit, make it to where they have a little more ice time, and they just don't get so tired so easy.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be nice just because they're not going to be pushed to be that unit type of thing. It's just going to be interesting to see how our manager puts it all together. Considering last year, I feel like there was a couple times where I was kind of what are you doing kind of moment. And
I mean, what it's going to be is it's going to be another piece, It's just, it's another option instead of, opponents would look at our games, what we did, there was a handful of goals from other guys, everybody was getting a piece of the biscuit, but your main goals was Gunther, Keller, and Cooley. It was them three guys, lock them down, shut it down. And, it's should have a win. So bringing this addition in, these couple of guys, it's Peterka especially, I think it'll open it up a little bit to where it's it's not so easy to defend,
Yeah, and in that first game that Peterka played in, the game we lost 3-2 in the first game, Peterka had the most time on the ice by anybody on our team. He had 23 minutes where Yamamoto, he was just behind him off by like 20 seconds. But it's good to see him already putting in that much time on ice. That means he's already in the offseason stayed conditioned, whereas some of these other ones, I don't really know the stories in some of them, but like even Jack McBain, he only had 10 minutes time on ice and stuff like that. Cooley, obviously, we know he didn't have very much time. He still had 16 minutes, but
it's
yeah,
a fair amount.
and which I'm still glad to see is the boys, once Cooley got hit, they took action. They didn't wait. You had those fights right after. Gotta protect your players.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we were doing last year. Like Keller, he got banged around a lot. Everybody noticed it. Like he's a little bit smaller, and he's not the type of guy to get rowdy. He just kind of keeps his cool. So a lot of the times he was getting banged around, and like Sergey and all the other guys, they were Dursey, they were all going right to the mash into the bone, like they were trying to get into it, which is good to see. Means people won't mess with us. We won't be the team to just hit the face and mess with.
Yeah, I feel like that was definitely a vocal point last year, especially the start of the season. Watching, you would see, for instance, Keller. He's getting knocked around left and right, but we would always once somebody saw that, somebody was right there to step right in. Like everybody wondered, hey, if somebody gets hit, are we going to be there to back up? Or are we going to be that team that's just kind of like meh, But I feel like them playing in front of the Utah crowd, they're like, oh, we gotta play for our team. We gotta play for this crowd. Like we gotta let everybody know that we ain't gonna take crap from nobody.
Yeah, I agree, and it's good to see that like as a starting point, because I think the bar wasn't set low. But I think it's only going to get better from last season, if that makes sense. Like I think the intensity is going to be better. The players have just so much to play for. They've said it, like they're in front of the fans, like they can't wait to, the guys that are in the minors, they can't wait to play at the Delta Center. Like there's just a lot of crap to play for, and it's exciting. I really hope we make the playoffs. That's all. That's just the big picture. Hope we make it.
Yeah, and it's just like what they always say. Even if you're the last wild card spot, for instance, anything can happen. Like especially in hockey, looking at everything in the playoffs, anything can happen. So that's why I feel like that's a great starting point for this team for this year is make the wild card. You make the wild card, you can make some noise, and even if you don't get very far in the first year, as long as you made some noise going into the next year, the teams are going to give you that much more respect that when they come to play you, you're going to essentially be that feared team because now you have that respect from all those other teams and be like, all right, we can't go in here and just dog walk them. They ain't going to allow that.
Yeah.
So
like
it's kind of
last year, you've seen that. The Juggernauts weren't the top teams. Like they did not look good at all. And that's how hockey is. It's whoever's got that. It's whoever's rolling and who's hot. And yeah, last year definitely showed it. Both of the Juggernaut teams looked terrible in the playoffs for the most part.
Yeah, and I mean, you still always have those teams, that still find a way to make it that far, obviously, because the Florida Panthers, they keep doing their thing. They always will be doing their thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's why I'm saying, like, for instance, like the Florida Panthers, every team respects them because of what they do when they get to the playoffs. It don't matter how they get to the playoffs, as long as they get to the playoffs. And so then that gives your respect across the league that these guys ain't somebody we want to dink around with, like we punch them, they're going to punch us right back. Like it ain't going to be no dog walk. Like for instance, he played the San Jose Sharks. As of right now, they're on the rise, but as of right now, you go in there and you're like, all right, we got to punch these guys right off the bat. Just they ain't going to be able to retaliate. Let's just get to them quick, get to them early, prove our point, get in, get out, get the win. Let's be done. Whereas you go to Florida, you're like, all right, we got to be a little bit more strategic because we know if we go to punch them right in the face, they're going to come right back and punch us right back in the face. Like, it's going to be a haymaker after haymaker. So you got to be a little bit more strategic, but that's just having that respect across the league.
Yeah, I agree. And then I don't know. I kind of wanted to talk about that little new addition that they gave a little sneak peek of, the lower bowl. I only seen the picture that was out, one picture. It looked good. It was interesting, but I was like trying to zoom in and get a better look at it because it looked like they just had the seats kind of like halfway out, how they fold
I kind of noticed.
I wasn't sure if that's how it's going to be or if they just staged it to make it, look like.
Yeah, I wonder that too because you see how it goes from seats to almost like metal, and you're like sitting there. I hope that ain't going to be bleachers or something,
Yeah, or what are they going to do there, But
I'm sure
having seats down to the glass, though, that looked freaking amazing. And our logo now on the ice, it just looks so sexy. I can't wait until the whole thing is done. It's going to look so nice.
Love what Ryan Smith's doing. He's making that stadium that much better for the Mammoth and the Jazz. It's not just a one-way thing.
And future events, Olympics, and 100%. If we have all-star games, the Delta Center is going to turn into one of those iconic places where people are going to go, yeah, I got to go catch a game there. It kind of is getting that way already, but with everything that's going around it, I've seen the pictures of those too, how big it's going to be. It is going to be one of those places where people are like, I got to go visit that place. I got to catch a game there and cross it off my bucket list. It'll 100%. Just be a sports fan central, which is finally going to be a place in Salt Lake.
It's crazy to think that Utah, from what it was and what it's become, is pretty nice to see.
Well, in the matter of short time.
Exactly. Just growing up from going to Jazz games, stuff like that, seeing how the stadium was and all this addition, how they're doing downtown now, redoing it. And then you got, obviously, too, you got the Olympics coming back in 2034. So I wouldn't be surprised if Delta Center is where those matches, the bronze medal match, silver medal match, gold medal match, that's probably going to be the center point, is right there at Delta Center.
Guaranteed. And if I can't snag tickets, I'm gonna try my best to what's the word I'm looking for? Volunteer. And try to just at least 100%. Witness it, be a part of it, be there, I think it'll be so cool to at least be a volunteer if I can't go to things.
It definitely would be a sick thing to do, whether it's volunteering or getting tickets for it.
Yeah.
So Utah's got a lot of things to look forward to.
Oh yeah. I mean, we already know what the USA versus Canada looks like, and having that here in Salt Lake at the Delta Center, man, that'd be so cool. A really cool piece of history we get to keep here in Salt Lake.
Well, yeah, and by that time, it's going to be where our boys are going to be old. That's as long as we keep them, Cooley, Keller, they're going to be on there. I'd hope they'd be on the team considering where they've been. And the gold medal, they've just barely won. But so.
And they looked good, they look like they could belong there and they deserve it. So hopefully that was a proving ground for them. And maybe it'll, by then, the next Olympics or the next World Games, where we're facing off the other nations, hopefully they can maybe make it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they make the roster this coming up Olympics, just because they made their point when they went and won gold right after the season. And
and Keller had the numbers already.
Mm-hmm.
And he got snubbed.
Him and Cooley, man. Cooley, and Tage Thompson, man. They put that tournament on notice.
Yeah. That's a new era. That's gonna be fun.
Wishing that we would have got Tage Thompson in on that JJ deal, but you can only get so much. Yeah. You have to pay to play, as they say, But it's great to see where Utah's going. I'm glad to see these guys back on the ice. Glad to see everything's rolling again. And we will catch y'all next Wednesday. Make sure you tune in on Twitter and YouTube as usual. We're trying to get TikTok up, but that's kind of a hit or miss right now. But we will catch y'all.
We're going to be picking it back up.
We are picking it back up. And as always, Tusks up, baby.